Good evening. The Border region joins the nation in mourning His Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh, who's died at the age of 99.
Tributes are being paid across Cumbria and the south of Scotland in memory of Prince Philip.
This was a man who exemplified the idea of duty, and today we greatly mourn his passing.
Tonight we'll be looking back at the Duke's connection to our region as consort to the Queen.
As well as remembering how his love of carriage driving brought him here for many years and saw him forge lasting friendships.
His presence, I don't know, there's something magnetic about him. When he walked in a room, he lit the room up, you know.
Good evening. Tonight we reflect on the life of His Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh, the places he's visited and the people he met and befriended in Cumbria and the south of Scotland.
People across the region have been paying tribute to Prince Philip, who died today at the age of 99.
He was a regular visitor to the Border region for more than 60 years. Usually he was here to accompany Her Majesty the Queen as the royal couple made official trips to many parts of Cumbria and southern Scotland.
He was also a regular visitor in his own time, competing for many years in carriage driving events. Tonight we'll look at all aspects of his life in our region. First, Lewis Warner reports on tributes being paid today to the Duke.
In Carlisle city centre this afternoon, shortly after the announcement of the Duke of Edinburgh's death, Union flags were lowered to half-mast, a sign of the city's respect, visible at the Old Town Hall and the Civic Centre. Today, the Mayor of Carlisle remembering Prince Philip.
Yes, I had the honour to meet the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh at Tully House when we opened the new gallery. And I think in typical Duke of Edinburgh fashion, he managed to pass a joke to say he was always happy when he got out of any museums and they weren't doing an exhibition on him. So that's my personal memory of him. A very fine gentleman who's done great service for our country through many, many years in supporting Her Majesty the Queen. In
Selkirk, tributes too from Richard McGill. His company supplies gamekeeping equipment to the royal estates. On several occasions he was invited to join Prince Philip on shoots at Sandringham, and described him as a man you always wanted to impress.
The thing that struck me most about him was the fact that when he lined the guns out, he would line the team out and then he always put himself at the end, which was a sign of a kind of true gentleman, put himself in the worst position. The other thing he did was he always drove the vehicle. He was always driving the guns around, so he didn't employ someone to do that. He was very hands-on yeah, very sad news.
This afternoon in Gretna, broadcaster Fiona Armstrong, who is also the Queen's personal representative for Dumfries, said the Duke will be sorely missed.
It's a very sad day and a great loss for the Queen. The Duke of Edinburgh truly was her strength and support. But you know, it's also a huge loss for the rest of us. The Duke gave a life of service to the nation, and his legacy can be seen in the numerous projects and charities that he championed over his lifetime. I think I'm right in saying that during his life he made more than 22,000 solo appearances, some of them to our part of the world.
While we may not see crowds gathering to pay their respects, people are being asked to post their messages of condolence online, remembering a life dedicated to public service and supporting our Queen. Lewis Warner, ITV News.